3rd, 25. Yeah, in Rotary meeting. It's hard to believe it's that meetings. Announce that for this gracious. First of all, I'd like to thank our greeters, Shannon. Graham, you still reading there? They're still out there. They're still together out there. They're eating. Eric Marcus, Ticketmaster, a hand worker for all the setup she does. Pete Bales, Mark Weinstein, Mike Zwick for the great programs, and Jim Bindle for the website. Danny's not here this morning, so if you would please bow your heads. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to gather together as friends and colleagues and enjoy the fellowship of Rotary. And we'd ask that you bless this food as we eat it. Bless our speaker when she comes up to speak, and keep us all safe in the weather that's coming. So in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Secretary's report, Joe Jenkins.
We're at 56% today. We have a couple guests.
I have Jill Huffman, who, if you remember, one of our former presidents, Brandon Huff, was the director of the Air Force Marathon. Jill is now the director of the Air Force Marathon. Well,
And then Abby's here with Shannon.
there's Abby.
Abby. Abby.
Well, somebody else is next year. It's not on my schedule. Why are we? How'd that happen? Okay. Chris, are you ready?
It's ready on me.
Let's not overdo it. You know, this is a new don't get carried away.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians, and hello again to our guests, our potential Rotarian for Life, Abby, and our incredible speaker today. First, I want to congratulate everybody here. Obviously the weather is cold and frightful outside, but it's awesome to see that everyone is sticking with their New Year's resolutions to have perfect attendance for this calendar year. And it just goes to show that we will see you at every single meeting from this day on. Also, even though it's new year, new me, just know that my jokes are not changing, so just take that into consideration. But today is the 3rd day of January, which is also the 3rd day of the year. So with that being in mind, we are still in the grace period of being able to write 2024 instead of 2025 on things. However, we are not in the grace period of saying see you next year anymore. We only have one special day coming up, and that is Joe and Amanda Jenkins will be celebrating 10 years of marriage on the 10th. Congratulations. Some good things that have happened today in history. Going all the way back to 1888, inventor Martin Stone received a U.S. patent for the first artificial drinking straw, which was made out of paper of all things. 1938, the March of Dimes charity was started. Pop quiz, who was the president that created or signed it into a official charity? I think I heard somebody say Roosevelt, so congratulations, you are right, whoever said that. 1977, a little thing called Apple Computer was incorporated. 1987, Aretha Franklin was the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which also today is National Women's Rock Day because of that momentous occasion. Now let's fast forward to 2013. A record number of women were sworn in as members of the 113th U.S. Congress, with 80 new congresswomen joining the already 20 female senators, making it a record number for both chambers. And now let's jump into some things that we can look forward to celebrating and doing, especially with New Year's resolutions being out there. We can take a quick dive of what the month of January has to offer. So if your resolution is to start something new, it is National Hobby Month. For those of you looking to make dietary changes, it's National Slow Cooking Month, Hot Tea Month, Oatmeal Month, Soup Month, and National Store Brands Month. For those of you that have already joined a gym and need a little help recovering, since the older we get, the longer it takes to bounce back, you can partake in National CBD Month. And for all of those that are givers, keep in mind that's also National Blood Donor Month. Starting tomorrow, we have National Trivia Day and also Fruit Cake Toss Day, which I don't think those are a thing anymore, but if you do have one, save it for tomorrow so you can throw as far as you want. Moving on to Sunday, National Screenwriters Day, also National Bird Day, and it's the animal, not the finger. Monday, with it being the first Monday of the year, it is National Thank God It's Monday Day. It's also National Technology Day. Tuesday, for all you bobblehead collectors, National Bobblehead Day. Wednesday, we have National Argyle Day and Bubble Bath Day. Thursday, we have National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day and Joe's favorite thing to celebrate, National Static Electricity Day. If you're looking for some things to do, tonight, Wright State plays Wisconsin Green Bay at 7 p.m. Or if you want to endure the full and hang out with a bunch of Swifties down at River Skate from 7 to 10, they will have a Taylor Swift themed skate. Then Tuesday, if you enjoy Friends at the Chamber, they will be doing their local lunch at Cold Beer, Cold Cheeseburger at noon. It has been a long time since we've had a meeting, so there is tons of Beavercreek student awesomeness to go through, but I will not go through every single one because we have an incredible speaker that probably wants to, you guys want to hear more than I do. So women's varsity basketball, they won some and lost some. Same thing with the men's varsity basketball. Women's JV basketball, winners and losers. The pet band got a big shout out online for their energy that they've been bringing to the events, which definitely helps out all those wins. The men and women's varsity swim teams, men took fourth in an invitational and the women took fifth. The men and women's wrestlers, both groups had a handful of winners at a couple competitions. The bowling teams, both varsity teams won the Big Blue tournament. They also won and didn't win some other matches the last 2 weeks. The JV girls bowling team won the Knights Invitational. The JV boys bowling team also took part of the Big Blue tournament, bowling in the varsity bracket and took fourth place. So they also won the Kings Invitational tournament as well. And the varsity wheelchair basketball team won as well. So now to our favorite part, today's prize. Seeing how the Christmas Basket Project grows year after year after year, it's only right that we fund this project starting today. So if you're not wearing your badge, that is $1. If you were late, which I didn't see anybody, that will be $1. If you've ever used an Apple product, that's $1. It gets worse. If you've ever drank through a straw, that is $1. Cheers. And if you've ever been a victim of a surprise attack from static electricity, you may not be entitled to compensation unless you know a lawyer, Dave. But you can take comfort in knowing that your misfortune supports a good cause because that will be $1. God.
Thank you. And one of the things that I do miss is I was Sergeant at Arms for a couple of years. One of the things I miss is jokes. And somebody just said to me once, I have to share this with you. So I called my wife earlier and asked her if she wanted to pick me up or pick up some fish and chips on my way home. But she just grunted at me. I think she still regrets letting me name the twins. All right, happy bucks. It's everything. So there's going to be some money left. I'm going to have to spend some here too. But his fines were pretty gruesome today. Any happy bucks out there? Yeah.
I'm real excited to be leaving for Turks and Caicos tomorrow morning while you guys are suffering in the snowstorm. So sorry about that.
That's a $10 fine. Sure. Small.
December 21st, my oldest daughter got married. So it was the word Christmas flew by, but it's great. We have a son-in-law now.
Congratulations.
But happy bucks to thank everybody who helped with the Christmas basket project. It went great. It was big, and to thank everybody who helped build the wrapped, contributed to the project. So thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to thank Beth and Fran for putting that together. It was really well run and well executed, and I think everybody that got something was really happy to get that. And the ones that I delivered were really pleased. So, Eric, it's going to cost a lot.
I'm really happy that the real Buckeyes showed up versus Tennessee. And as you can see, the real Buckeyes have continued to play as a result. I'm obligated to travel to Arlington, Texas now, because there's a really important meeting at AT&T Stadium at 7:30 p.m.
Yep.
So that's $1.
Look upon.
I'm also happy because if you look at my shirt, I'm wearing a shirt that says the Rotary Club of Southwest Missouri Service. It was given to me on Christmas. Because you remember, it was not Christmas, or not Hanukkah, it's Christmas. By my granddaughter, who's a member of that Rotary Club. So I'm really happy to be wearing.
Very good. Anyone else?
I'll donate to the Paul Otten, my daughter just got married fund. Congratulations. I take the honor of being sworn in for my third term on Monday. I'll brave the snow and we'll be serving you all again for another 2 years. Thank you.
Congratulations. I think, Paul, you're gonna have to figure out a way to get some points collected too, because after the wedding, it might be. Well, show that, huh? That's good. On us.
I'll do one.
Do it.
I chatted online with young Brandon Huff this morning, all the way from Great Britain. He's someplace, Salisbury. And because I posted a video from my new bird camp that's in my backyard, taking pictures of birds, and I had a video of a northern flicker, so nothing really dull.
Where's the little Salford? I don't know what else? Flex, very good. Take a drawing. For a year. Looking far from Snowhead. Is that left in debt? It was red one was security. She's on. Yeah. With the really rich illustration. Read the some of you know, my show actually needle. And the number is 856-387. No, make it that night. You know. Was it? Gone by God. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let Jill draw my card. This is a new right? No, this is still the same one. We've not paid. This is not the other one's not been done yet. Just find a queen of hearts, please. Hot red. Oh, well. We gave it a shot. By the way, half the proceeds that go to the Christmas basket program, so we're starting to fund it early again this year. Any announcements? David, I think you had something.
Yeah. Got a few. Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., we're gonna be taking down all our decorations from over at Wardinger Park. I don't think it'll take an hour, because we just got our lights strung up, and I'm not gonna try to put it back in the boxes. I got a 5-gallon bucket. We're just gonna put it in there and
The stuff that goes up and down and around the perimeter there, we're gonna need a couple ladders out there for that.
that's possible, a short one.
Yeah, okay.
We had a step tool out there the other day when we put it all up. Also, we're gonna do a fundraiser for our Christmas baskets. We're gonna raffle off a 58-inch flat screen TV with a wall mount.
Oh,
We're gonna sell 100 tickets at $10 a piece. That'll make us pretty good start on the Christmas baskets for next year. Get this year. Yeah, from right here. Well, we got some ideas for some other ones. Thinking about a bourbon basket. And I've also got a king size professionally made bedspread that is Crown Royal bags. And I had a seamstress that made it for me. So we're gonna be raffling that off sometime later this year. I appreciate you buy tickets and support the group. Thank you.
Check your inboxes for your email. The quarterly bills went out yesterday. You can join the trend and pay by credit card. The club is picking up and I get the money really quick and I don't have to go to the mailbox to get it. I don't have to make a whole lot of entries, so it makes life easy for me. Also, if you signed up to write a check for your contribution to the holiday baskets, you know who you are. Get me a check, please, because I did not put it on your bill.
Oh, you did? Yeah, you did.
It was, yes, put it on, say, that's me. Check it, awesome. If you said you were paying on your bill, it's on your bill. If you said you're paying by check, you gotta give me a check. And I'm not chasing you.
Chris. But I have seen online, the city of Beavercreek is looking for volunteers to join. They have to offer, I've sat on the youth, committee for a while, and it's a fantastic, way to give back to the city, especially, with the future leaders that are in the, also, all over Beavercreek City Schools, so they are looking for alumni to feature throughout the year spotlight. So if you graduated or if kid that graduated does something cool, whether it's something small or just something to change the world, reach out to one of their pages, let them know, and either have them or yourself featured on their spotlight.
Very good.
Now, P.S. If you come tomorrow, don't wear nice shoes. I was out there Wednesday, and it's a muddy mess. So how you recruit people there? It's beautiful.
What else? All right, it's time for our speaker. I have to admit, I did not know like girls on the run until just about 6 months ago. When I ran into some people out here at Bright Pad at Hope Hotel. But our speaker, Kaylee Clark, was born here and raised here in Dayton. She received a communications degree from the University of Dayton in 2010. And her career in marketing and communications has offered her a chance to live in several cities and meet amazing people, but she couldn't shake her love for the Midwest and decided it was time to move back home in 2017. And she moved back from, I think, Orlando, she said, which I'm still trying to question her sanity after looking out here. But well, Kaylee's been passionate about service for as long as she can remember. It was during her time serving as a United States White House intern alongside Laura Bush and the staff that she truly began to understand the true value in her potential to make a positive impact. Kaylee joined the Girls on the Run staff in 2017 and has served as the executive director since 2018. She's led the organization through tremendous growth, the COVID-19 pandemic, and with the commitment to serve every girl that wishes to participate. She considers her position a privilege and honor to work alongside so many amazing individuals, working together to inspire the next generation of women to be change makers. In her free time, she enjoys being outdoors with her son Jack and their Aussie Doodle community. Please welcome Kaylee Clark.
Then teams of things. Perfect. I don't know why. Okay. Yep. Hi there. Thanks so much for having me today. I'm really excited to be here. I'll talk briefly about Girls on the Run and kind of what we do and how we stand out and are different from traditional after-school programs. And then I'll also dive a little bit into our impact here in the Beavercreek area. So my name is Kaylee. I was born and raised in Brookville, Ohio, tiny little town. I went to UD and I did live in Orlando, and that's actually how I came to Girls on the Run. So the company that I worked for was a sponsor. And so I ran my first ever 5K with a little girl named Chloe at the Girls on the Run season end 5K. And I was just hooked. So when I decided to move back home to be close to family, Girls on the Run of Dayton had an opportunity. And so I jumped on board, and I'm coming up on 8 years. So it's such a privilege to work for such a great organization. Great. So as the slide says, we're so much more than a running program. I love our founder, Molly Barker, but the one thing I hate that she did was name us Girls on the Run, because we are so much more than a running program. Our research-based lessons build confidence, teach life skills, and promote physical activity. So as you'll see through my slides today, through the course of our program that we offer twice a year to girls across the entire country and into Canada, we promote physical activity through running, but we are truly so much more. So who are we? Our mission is to inspire girls to be joyful, healthy, and confident using an experience-based curriculum that creatively integrates running. Our vision dives a little bit deeper into what we believe, and we envision a world where every girl knows and activates her limitless potential and is free to boldly pursue her dreams. The thing I love the most about Girls on the Run, here in Dayton specifically, is that our organization is dedicated to ensuring access to all girls of all abilities. We want to help build confidence. We want to increase their physical activity, and we want them to learn essential life skills that carry beyond our program well into their adulthood. Our research-based curriculum explores core topics that are relevant to girls 8 to 13, including managing emotions, expressing empathy, standing up for themselves and others. I share with you our core values because unlike several organizations, Molly Barker, our founder, did something amazing. She wrote these core values and she believed so deeply in them that she incorporated all 6 core values into every single lesson. So to give you kind of a scope of that, we have 5 different curriculum guides that encompass 20 lessons. I don't know the math on that, so it's a lot, but every single core value lives in all 20 of those lessons that our girls receive every single season. So what do we do? I mentioned before, and I'll mention again, we teach our girls life skills that they can carry with them far beyond just the 10 weeks we share with them. Manage emotions, resolve conflict, help others, be intentional in their own decision making. And how do we do this? So we train each of our coaches to create a safe space for our girls there where they can develop these skills, strengthen their social connections, and truly be themselves. We pride ourselves in being a preventative mental health space, and we work alongside Dr. Blankenship at Dayton Children's Hospital to ensure that we're making those strides and moving forward in that promise we make through our program. We just before the pandemic, we closed out a longitudinal study. So our headquarter office, we have over 200 councils. We did some deep dive, and we're actually hosting another longitudinal study as we speak to give you a little bit of scope as to the findings from our previous longitudinal study. And this is my favorite one, although I do love organized sports as well. But we found that Girls on the Run programming makes a stronger impact than organized sports and physical education programs in teaching life skills, managing emotions, resolving conflict, helping others, and intentional decision making. And so while we love our programming and we believe strongly in this, we also do encourage our girls to participate in after school sports as well. So why does it matter? We found some alarming statistics when we did our longitudinal study that we really thought that we knew, and we were surprised that we found even more alarming results. A few to touch on. Self-confidence begins to drop by age 9 in girls. 50% of girls ages 10 to 13 experience bullying, and nearly 60% of girls experience persistent sadness and hopelessness. A recent study put out by the Surgeon General, he talks still about the COVID-19 pandemic and the mental health implications of that. He stated the COVID-19 pandemic worsened mental health and physical activity. Among children in elementary and middle school, approximately 25% get enough physical activity. So that's only 25% of our youth that are getting the necessary physical activity to be healthy. So to dive a little bit deeper into what we do, Girls on the Run of Dayton offers 2 programs. Girls on the Run, which is our 3rd through 5th grade program, and Heart and Soul, which is our 6th through 8th grade program. To touch briefly on the 2 and the differences between the 2, our 3rd through 5th grade girls of all backgrounds and abilities recognize their inner strength while building a sense of connection in a team setting. So we're really teeing them up in those 3rd through 5th grade years. Heart and Soul is our 6th through 8th grade girls. This program meets the unique needs of girls, again, of all abilities. This program considers the whole girl, body, brain, heart, spirit, and social connection. The two program offerings meet at the same time, so the fall meet and the spring meet, and they both end with 2 really important pieces. The first is our community impact project. Our Girls on the Run girls, 3rd through 5th, they come together as a team and they decide who they're going to positively impact, how they're going to do it, and then they put their plan into motion. Our Heart and Soul girls work more independently, but again, deciding who they're going to positively impact and actually making that plan come to life. And then, of course, all of our girls across the 4 counties we serve come together to run a non-competitive 5K. We host each season at Wright State University. Wright State is a great supporter of ours, and this is also a community event where we ask community runners to come out and run alongside our girls. And so it's a fantastic event that I can share more with any of you that are interested in learning more, coming out volunteering or participating in the 5K. So as I've mentioned before, here at Girls on the Run of Dayton, we serve 4 counties, but we are a powerful national movement. We are technically international. We have a couple councils up in Canada, and we're working to establish many councils in Mexico. We have over 200 councils, and what started with just 13 girls in North Carolina in 1996 has grown to a national force. So we've served over 3 million girls in our 29-year history. To dive a little bit deeper into our local focus, Girls on the Run was established in 2010. We're really excited to celebrate our 15th birthday this spring. And we've delivered curriculum to almost 11,000 participants, and of course counting. We're not stopping anytime soon. We serve Clark, Montgomery, Greene, and Miami counties. And just to give you a little bit of a scope as to where the girls we've served from 2016 through this upcoming year, you will see the kind of low blue bucket. That's our pandemic time, and we proudly never stopped serving. So we were able to quickly transition from an in-person programming to what we thought was going to be a fluid model, our girls going back and forth between virtual and in-person. We quickly found out that we were going to be virtual for some time. So we are 100% virtual, and then we've come back and we're growing back to those pre-pandemic numbers very quickly. We had a goal of serving 850 girls. We're going to be well over 900 by the end of our fiscal year, which is in June. So we're really excited to continue to serve so many girls and continue to grow and offer our programming to every girl who wishes to participate in the 4 counties that we serve. A little bit of program data to share with you. We look at 3 big data points each year. Well, we look at several data points, but these are 3 important ones. One of them is our site retention. That's that pink bucket. And that's how we can really see if we are providing excellent customer service. So to the districts we serve, to the sites we serve, to the coaches and the families. And this past fiscal year, we were at 82%. And that's really great for us because we're looking at that pandemic time where our numbers dropped drastically. And so the fact that we were able to hold on to 82% and we're seeing that growth even go up for fiscal year 25 is really important to us. You'll see attendance in the yellow. So we want to make sure that our girls are attending as many lessons as they can. We have a strict attendance policy, and we're at 85%. To give you a little scope, pre-pandemic, we were at 98%. So we're working back to those pre-pandemic numbers. And then you'll see our participant diversity is at 43%. We like to be in a plus minus 3% range of mirroring our communities. And so that's a great number, but you will also see that continue to trend upward as we complete fiscal year 25. We're committed to growing at what we call as our happy pace, and that's what we encourage our girls to work towards, their own happy pace. because we want to make sure we're ensuring that we're meeting the needs of our girls. So we're really excited this spring season, which starts the second week of February. We're going to be introducing a brand new curriculum called Hello Superstar. And we found that our curriculum on a national level was getting a little outdated from 1996. So not only are we releasing Hello Superstar, fiscal year 26, we'll be releasing Hello Mountain Mover, and fiscal year 27, we'll be releasing Hello Bold Heart. So we'll be retiring our 3 Girls on the Run curriculums that we currently have in place and replacing with these 3. So that's fantastic news, and we're really excited to see how our girls and our families and coaches respond to that. And then, of course, our promise to accessibility. Our promise is and always has been accessibility, whether that be financial barriers, transportation, disabilities that may be physical, behavioral, developmental, cognitive, communicative, or emotional. Girls on the Run is truly for every girl. We offer financial assistance to every girl in need, and her family can complete that and opt into financial assistance when she registers at the beginning of the season. We work on an honors base, so there's no application, there's no proof of income required, and we're able to do so by the support of our fantastic donors. And so you'll see kind of what our registration fee is. It's $165. The breakdown of what our girls receive within that $165. We have some sites that are no pay. So we have fantastic supporters that have stepped up and chosen to support an entire team for an entire season. And then we have a fluid chart where our girls can pay based on what they feel that they can afford, anywhere from 0 to $165. The other thing that I love that we can offer to our girls is we have a national partnership with Adidas and Amazon Prime. And so any girl that is in need of new running shoes, we can gift a girl a pair of brand new running shoes at the beginning of the season. And so we work with our coaches closely to figure out what girls do need those shoes. And we work with Amazon Prime to drop ship them next day to get the girls the shoes right away. And they're there to keep. And the other thing that I like to point out about what our girls receive at every single lesson is a healthy snack. So many of our girls start their lesson right after school. And this is a great time for our coaches to connect with our girls. They get kind of fueled up for that 90-minute lesson, and they can really feel good about themselves as they start their programming with Girls on the Run. Girls on the Run of Dayton has awarded $912,866 in program financial assistance since 2010. Our scholarship data is a little bit fluid, but we've run between 60 to 64% girls on scholarship every season. And then I like to share with you our contributed income. For fiscal year 24, we were at 64% contributed and 36% earned. So that earned bucket is, of course, our 5K registration fee that we charge our community runners, merchandise we sell, and then our program registration fee. Everything else on our budget and financials is contributed. This year for fiscal year 25, we'll be closer to a 70-30 ratio. And then wanting to share with you some Beavercreek data that I'm really, really proud of, and I will be the first to not take ownership of this. We chose to invest in hiring about a year and a half ago, and we hired a full-time program council coordinator, Maeve O'Hara, who's just done a fantastic job of really being boots on the ground and sharing with communities the program offerings that we have. And for many, many years, I had tried to break into Beavercreek schools, and I had just had such a roadblock. And Maeve has done a fantastic job. Fall of 2024, we proudly served all but one Beavercreek Elementary School. And we also brought on Right Pat After School program, which I understand is not exactly Beavercreek, but I like to touch on because that was a big jump for us as well. We weren't 100% accessible to those girls on base. So we're working hard this spring season to loop in our one missing Beavercreek Elementary School. I believe Maeve has them locked in. We served 82 participants. we awarded 31 scholarships to Beavercreek girls. And we shared, or we gifted 10 Adidas running shoes, and that's just specifically to Beavercreek girls. So a big thank you to Maeve, who's obviously not here today, but also a big thank you to the women in the Beavercreek School District and moms that have stepped up to bring Girls on the Run programming to Beavercreek schools. All right. Any questions? Yeah.
Do you have any data for participants and how they do later? And in particular, I'm thinking like mental health, how they do compared to the general population?
We have, I can get you our longitudinal study that is not, I'll be honest, not specific to kind of this preventative mental health movement. That is what our current longitudinal study is focusing on. So what we're doing right now is we're taking girls from our 3rd through 8th graders and we're following them post high school, and they're tracking data points on that. So it feels like a long time away because it kind of is. We don't necessarily have anything specific to that. We do offer and require surveys to be completed by coaches, our participants, and their families post-season. And so I do have a lot of data points specific to that, but I think you're asking more long-term than directly after the season.
And in particular, because I know juvenile courts and probably schools are seeing such an uptick in juvenile mental health issues. It reminds me of a program you do for adults or thinking for a change for people, and it kind of sounds like that.
Yeah, we have some data points specific to like our 5 core competencies. So like confidence, character, connection, community. We have data points specific to that that I'd be happy to share with you that come from our longitudinal study that we hosted pre-pandemic. What we're asking for from specific councils is, can we fill in the gap on that longitudinal study that's coming? Because that's something we get asked a lot. And so I have some, but they could be better. Yeah.
Where do you get the coaches?
We get the coaches, so it's changed. Pre-pandemic, we were 100% school teachers and moms, some dads. And coming out of the pandemic, there's been a huge decrease in volunteerism, not just at Girls on the Run across the country. It's a big problem. So still the backbone is primarily teachers and parents, but we also have a lot of just really dynamic community members that like to coach. And there's a little bit more flexibility coming out of the pandemic too, because so many people are working from home. So one of our big partners, Synchrony, they offer employees to come and coach. So Boys and Girls Club is a great example site for that. We always have Synchrony employees and actually Right Pack Credit Union employees come and coach at those sites. So we're always looking for coaches. It's just sometimes tough for schedules because our girls do traditionally meet right after school. Yeah.
Where else are you in Greene County?
In Greene County, we're hosting, so this is something else I should note. Every season looks different for us. So we suggest to our sites that they meet once a year. So either fall or spring, think the school year. Not because we don't have the girls that want to participate, but we often have coach burnout. So every season, we have a different collection of schools. So this upcoming season, we call it spring. It starts in February. We have a couple teams in Xenia, and we're still working on Bellbrook. So we have the majority of girls we serve, I think it's just by sheer demographics, are within Montgomery County. We've worked a long time in Clark County with the Springfield schools. We have room for growth within Greene and Miami counties. And so that's kind of Maeve's primary focus for the upcoming, the second part of fiscal year 25, and then as we move into 26. And again, I can share with you a list of our sites specific to each county if you would ever like to dive deeper. Yeah.
Do you have a website?
We do have a website, which I think is great. Sorry. That'd be good to get to that. We have a website, gotrdayton.org. that you can keep up on all of our happenings. You can also sign up for our newsletter. So like I said, we have 2 seasons, a fall season and a spring season. We take a little bit of a break over the summer. And then you'll also be able to see upcoming events and coaching opportunities. So I should share with you, I mentioned we're celebrating our 15th birthday at Girls on the Run this spring. We're hosting a big gala, Cocktails and Kicks, on March 13th at the Schuster Center, where we are going to be celebrating 15 amazing men, women, and girls. We're partnered with Up and Running. We're going to be auctioning off athleisure outfits and again, just celebrating 15 years of Girls on the Run in the Dayton community. You can learn more about that on our website, and I can also follow up with the link. Ticket sales are live.
So to be a coach, how, like, do you have to run a 5K?
Yeah. The fun thing about Girls on the Run is you do not have to be a runner. So many of our coaches are not runners, and 2 out of the 3 on staff are not, avid runners either. So that's not a requirement. We have each site for 15 girls, we have 2 coaches. We, of course, background check, and then our coaches have to go through Girls on the Run training and become CPR and first aid certified. That's kind of the big commitment up front. Each lesson, the girls are sitting in their circle and they're talking through things, and they're talking about the theme of the lesson for the day. And then of course they're getting up and moving. For the 5K, in regards to coaching, many of our coaches and girls walk, jog, run, walk. The vast majority of our girls are not just diehard runners. And so we also ask that 1 coach per team stand at the finish line, and we have a coaches area where our girls get their Girls on the Run medal, kind of Olympic style. And so 1 coach is dedicated to that. So no, 100%, you do not have to be a runner to coach, and you definitely don't need to be a runner to participate in Girls on the Run. That's why we pride ourselves in that we are so much more than a running program. Anything else? All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kaylee. And I don't think that Paul would appreciate it if you break into the high school. As always, we give a book, and Kaylee's already signed us to the library. It's called The Big Book of Who, Women in Sports. So it's kind of appropriate for this. So that into the library. Next week, Joylyn Brown, the new athletic director of Wright State, will be here. I just confirmed that today, so good with that. Ed and Fran will be our greeters next week. Welcome back from all your travels. There'll be a board meeting following next week's meeting, and then at 2 o'clock here in this room, so we may not have a board meeting in here. They're having the retirement retirement reception, I guess, for Chief Area. So it's from 2 to 4 next Friday afternoon. So if you want to stick around for that, please do so. Anything else for the good of the order? Everybody stand, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, indivisible. Be careful with this. So let's get in. West County's over in 5 years long. Chaser. Stop with that. It's your intention. Tell me, it's a cheap on the share. Show fire back here. Loose now. So
Tom, we didn't get any sound.
Yeah. When I saw that list pop up, I'm like, why is it on that list?
Time warner?
Thank you. Aaron, appreciate what you're doing. Thank you. I think. Thank you. Yeah. You should. Yes. Man, oh, cool. Well. It's still about shoot. And perhaps you. Good what I'm saying. Pretty. Totally feeling. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But it's in the parent. Yeah, so I'm going to put your